Leading the championship, very, very quick indeed. Seconds and third places, so he really is very fast. Darren Barton, the Grand Prix wildcard entry, has only scored in 4 rounds, but he is lying in 5th place. Mick Lofthouse, the Yamaha man, who's getting quicker. 6th place, the best he's done so far, and the Yamaha now on the front row. That's a good result for him. Robin Appleyard is in winning form. He won the round prior to this one at Cadwell. And completing the front row, Fernando Mendes. Appleyard in pensive mood though, and he's assisting financially Darren Barton's effort, so there's some money from Appleyard on the front row. Mendes did not score at Cadwell Park. A paddock incident regrettably kept him out of the race. Beginning to see something of Mendes's form from last year, but there you have it. Mawdsley just 2 points clear from Patrickson, who qualified on the 2nd row, would you believe? Steve Patrickson riding number 3, a little bit to do. Appleyard, Barton, Palmer and Mendes there, so mathematically with 20 points up for grabs, it is still wide open. Steve Patrickson then 6th fastest, making his way through to take up his 2nd row position. Patrickson, but reminder of the pole position man, number 4, Kevin Mawdsley, very much in winning form. 3 wins, 2 seconds and a 3rd to date. That's the front row. Laps the race distance, 26 miles then of this Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit for the 125s, and it was Darren Barton who sneaked through to take the lead from a pole position man. Number 2, Mick Lofthouse, was well up as well. Lofthouse had a good start on the Yamaha, the blue Yamaha. And look at Mawdsley, number 4, Mawdsley on the inside of Druids. That's hectic stuff. And charging through Mendes, the distinctive fluorescent pink fairing. The number 5, Fernando Mendes, takes the lead.
Yeah, that was an amazing start from Darren Barton from the middle of the front row there. His lightweight allowed that machine to accelerate fast, but he's lost that momentum he had, and Fernando Mendes is now the man on the circuit, number 5 we're looking at, leading this bunch, and what a close battle we're in for here. In 2nd place, number 35, Darren Barton.
Race leader Mendes, number 35, Darren Barton still in 2nd. Chris Palmer there charging through. Just how close it is, you can see for yourself. Mendes leads. Number 35, Darren Barton, still in 2nd. Lofthouse, number 2, is in 4th. And Kevin Mawdsley, number 4, then up to 3rd place. Mawdsley in 3rd. Frantic 125 action. They're all running wide at Dingle Dell, all touching the curb. Very, very hectic indeed, but great stuff. Traditionally, the 125s are very close. This class has been dominated for 5 or 6 years by Honda, but the number 2 Yamaha of Lofthouse running very strongly. This is the race leader though, Mendes. Lofthouse is in 4th on the Yamaha, number 35 Darren Barton in 2nd, and series leader Kevin Mawdsley, number 4. There he is. Mawdsley then from pole position in 3rd at Paddock Hill Bend. Lofthouse, number 2, going for the inside, and through into 3rd goes Mick Lofthouse. Robin Appleyard, number 1, goes with him. Mawdsley, at the stroke of a pen, drops 2 places.
Yeah, Kevin Mawdsley's not going to be at all pleased with that. He qualified on pole position, set an astonishingly quick time, very close to the lap record, but we have another move here, and Darren Barton was looking on the outside. I don't think he's going to make it, and no, he doesn't, but he did have a look there. But Darren Barton is going to be fast on the circuit. He's only 4'8" tall, he's very, very small, he's very light, and that makes all the difference on these 45 brake horsepower machines. It's all about power to weight ratio, and you see now number 35, Darren Barton, goes for the inside.
The very diminutive Darren Barton then leads. As Steve Parrish says, it's all about size and weight, and this young man riding number 35, who rode in the British Grand Prix and found out what world-class 125cc racing is all about, I have to say, acquitted himself very well. He fears company, and a massive wheelie from Darren Barton across the grass, goes 39. That was hectic stuff from Pete Jennings from Evesham. And Darren Barton and Fernando Mendes, number 5, locked in a tooth and nail struggle. Appleyard is up to 3rd. Lofthouse, number 2, is down to 4th. Mawdsley, number 4, is in 5th. Well, that was pretty frenetic stuff, Steve.
It certainly was, and that gave Fernando Mendes the chance to pass Darren Barton again, but you see Darren Barton is riding the slipstream. He's using that air, and he's gone for the outside, which I don't think is a good idea, but he's managed to hold second spot there. But Darren Barton definitely has the fastest machine. Oh, and we go on. Fernando Mendes goes on the outside. He goes on the old part of Paddock Hill Bend, which once again has allowed number 35 Darren Barton to go back in the lead. We are in for some race here now.
Great stuff coming through Dingledell, a massive wheelie, and that's no mean feat on a 125. You can readily see the rest of the field running wide. Pete Jennings, number 39, almost took Steve Patrickson, number 3, with him, but Fernando Mendes, the South African youngster who was a motocrosser, won the South African Motorcycle Road Race Championship as a junior, leads this race. Chris Palmer, though, from Carlisle, is charging through number 6. Number 42, Mark Norman, is also charging through. And just look at this. Robin Appleyard in 3rd place, riding number 1. I said he was on form. He's there in 3rd. The race at the front, though, and it's never been closer.
It's never been closer, and this battle is amazing. But you see little Darren Barton, his machine is very fast, and he just uses that advantage, the speed advantage, so much easier to pass on the straights. But every time we see number 5 there, Fernando Mendes getting the slipstream, he's able to take it back now. Fernando Mendes is quicker into clearways. You'll see they'll come down into this section now. They're up to about 120 miles an hour, but they're braking at this point, down a gear. Mendes had a look at the inside, but he wasn't able to do it. But Darren Barton now leads onto the start and finish straight.
A rundown then of the order. In the lead is Darren Barton, 35. Then it's Fernando Mendes, number 5. As I say that, Mendes takes the lead. No, he doesn't. Darren Barton cuts across the front and almost takes the front wheel away. Mawdsley now, number 4, is up to 3rd. Number 1, Robin Appleyard. The Yamaha Lofthouse of 2 is there as well. There's Mark Norman, number 42. Mark Norman now is stretching away. Then it's Chris Palmer. Then it's Steve Patrickson, who is in 2nd place in the championship. And we really have an 8-man scrap now, but at the front, it's still Darren Barton. Darren Barton, who has only scored in 4 of these races so far, and he is still sitting in 5th place in the championship. Number 35 I'm talking about. Look at the series leader, Mawdsley. Kevin Mawdsley, number 4, is coming through on the inside and going for 2nd and gets it.
He does. Kevin Mawdsley, I was speaking to him earlier, he's changed his gearbox ratios to give him that horsepower going up the hill. He's got low 1st, 2nd and 3rd gear in this 125 Honda, and he's able to just get that power on early. But he's now in 2nd spot. He'll be using the slipstream. He's having a look up the inside of Dingledell here, but no, he's decided better. But I think we're going to see number 4, Kevin Mawdsley, in 2nd place. He'll be going for that lead as they get onto the main start and finish straight very shortly.
Mawdsley was almost 1 second quicker than the 2nd row, and that's a lifetime in 125cc terms. And it's the number 4 rider in 3rd place who is leading the series and who has won 3 of the 8 rounds so far. He qualified in pole position from Lytham St Anne's. Mawdsley has lost. No, he hasn't. Robin Appleyard, number 1, was having a sniff, and Appleyard, very much the man on form, has got Lofthouse number 2 in tow as well. Mick Lofthouse on that Yamaha is by no means written off.
No, not at all. I don't think any of the top 7 here are written off to winning this race, because it could end in tears. There is such a battle going on here, but Fernando Mendes is leading at the moment. Darren Barton having a look around the outside, but he can't go around the outside. There's no way. He's just having a look there, but he'll cut back now on a tight line, because if he doesn't, someone else is going to pass him. At this point, they're in 2nd gear. They're accelerating up the hill here as they come to the fastest part of the circuit. Even these little 125 machines will be reaching speeds of 135 miles an hour. Darren Barton has a look, and he's on the inside. It's his corner. He's got the inside line as they go up to Hawthorne Corner.
A freight train of activity, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them almost in the back of a furniture truck. Mendes is there in 2nd, Mawdsley still in 3rd, number 4, Robin Appleyard in 5th, 4th, number 1, I beg your pardon, and Mendes about to lose 2nd place. He has. Mawdsley then number 4 up to 2nd. In pursuit now of race leader Darren Barton, the young man who has set the 125cc seen alike. He's receiving support from the #1 rider in this race, Robin Appleyard, who has recognised the potential of the youngster who is leading this race, helped him in the British Grand Prix as the wildcard entry, and has since continued to make sure that Barton's machine runs quickly. And look at Mendes. Nick Carpenter has done a super job on that 125cc Western White Honda, and Mendes, #5, then reclaims second place from Kevin Mawdsley. Mick Lofthouse has got past Appleyard, and Lofthouse now looks like taking Mawdsley for third.
He really does, but this all going on behind Darren Barton has allowed him to stretch that advantage slightly. As we said, he's a tiny little lad, and he can use that amount of weight loss, in fact, for the power-to-weight ratio, and it does give him some speed down the straights. But having said that, #5 Mendes has closed on the braking as they go into the left-hand Surtees corner. Once again, back on the fastest part of the circuit. Is #5 Mendes close enough to get in the slipstream? I think he just is. He should close that gap as they come along here now, but now #35, he's still kept the advantage as they go into one of the faster corners, Hawthorne Bend, 4th gear corner, 100 miles an hour at this point.
The man who is on a charge is #6, Chris Palmer, who is now up to 5th place. There he is. Chris Palmer has done a fastest lap twice, is now up to 5th. He's in 4th place in the championship. He has won one and finished 3rd twice this season, so is more than capable of getting his machine ahead of Lofthouse's Yamaha and then in pursuit. So Palmer, #6, is in 5th. Appleyard down to 6th. Darren Barton still leads. Fernando Mendes in 2nd. And Lofthouse there in 4th. Kevin Mawdsley still in 3rd, #4. And he's really having to work hard. I guess he's as surprised as anyone. Look at the speed of Lofthouse's Yamaha. Up into 3rd goes Mick Lofthouse, #2. Mawdsley down another place.
Yeah, and Mawdsley won't take that kindly. He looks to the inside as they come up to Druid's corner now. Mawdsley, no, he's not able to. And #6, Palmer's having a look round the outside. This still is anybody's race. It is just quite incredible.
Lofthouse then past Mendes. So Mick Lofthouse now on the #2 Yamaha is in 2nd. Lofthouse 2 on the plate, 2 in the race. This will be his best result by far, should he manage to sustain this momentum. 6th is the best he's done. He's been getting quicker all season. The Yamaha is fighting a lone battle against a field of Honda machinery, and Mick Lofthouse must be feeling now on the crest of a wave. He's got Darren Barton in his sights, and #2 Mick Lofthouse on the lone Yamaha, or virtually the only Yamaha doing anything, has now got Mawdsley with him. Kevin Mawdsley is fighting back as well, and Mawdsley up to 2nd and makes it in a breathtaking attempt. Oh, Dingledell was the curbside effort, or the venue for the curbside effort of Mawdsley. Out comes Lofthouse again, #2. Great stuff, the elbow, the left elbow of Lofthouse, very close stuff.
There's a lot of elbowing going on here, but at that point you'll see now Lofthouse #2, he takes the wide line through Clearways, right behind him, #4. And #5 there is really pushing home past. What a race this is. #3, Mawdsley goes through on the inside as they go into Paddock Bend. #4, Mawdsley goes through into 2nd spot. #2 now, Lofthouse having a look. He'll have a look on the inside as they break down into Druids, down into 2nd gear, but he can't do it. #4, Mawdsley holds that 2nd spot.
You would not see world-class 125cc motorcycle racing closer or better or more fiercely contested than this round 9 at the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit. The race leader, #35, Darren Barton, is blissfully unaware of what's going on behind him. There's a tremendous scrap between #4, Kevin Mawdsley, race leader, Mick Lofthouse, #2, Robin Appleyard gathering 2nd win, #1, Robin Appleyard going for a rostrum position at the moment, and Appleyard, winner of the round prior to this one at Cadwell Park, is up to 3rd, so clearly he is back on form, and Mawdsley takes the lead from Darren Barton, and the pole position man heads the race.
Well, it had to happen, didn't it? I mean, anyone could have won this race, but at the moment it's still nothing sorted out. #4, Mawdsley goes through, and you'll see at that point, Dingledell, we just saw the machines go very light, the front wheels come up in the air, but Mawdsley now has the advantage. He'll be desperately keen to put in a fast lap now. All he needs to do is get his head down, but he can't. #35, Barton has a look on the inside. No, he doesn't. Mawdsley, number 4, is very fast into clearways. Mawdsley must be desperately keen to break the toe now and just get away from this battle, but I don't think he's going to, because number 35, Darren Barton's on the outside again.
Neck and neck, look at Appleyard. Appleyard on the inside, takes the lead. Robin Appleyard with Darren Barton sweeping round the outside. Side by side, Barton just stays on the track. Appleyard is in second. Lofthouse number 2 is there. Mawdsley, in the blink of an eye, goes from first to fourth. Won't be pleased with that. Darren Barton is back in front. And we are now into the closing 2 laps of this race. And a tremendous prospect ahead of us, because traditionally, Steve, these last lappers on 125s are unbelievable.
They really are, but look, number 1 now has gone through. Appleyard's gone through in front. So we now have a new leader, or do we? Yes, he's on the inside there. Now Darren Barton's gone back again, but Barton has certainly got the quicker machine, or not necessarily the faster, but now number 1's looking on the inside as they come down the end of the straight, and he takes it. Number 1, Robin Appleyard takes the lead.
Chris Palmer, number 6, is still there, but this is the race leader, Darren Barton, then it's Appleyard, Kevin Mawdsley, number 4, and Robin Appleyard, the man in second place with all the veterans' experience. Former Grand Prix rider for a number of seasons, could well use that experience in the closing stages of this race to take the win, and what a race this has been. Any one of them, though. Lofthouse, number 2, still in fourth. Chris Palmer, number 6, right with him. Mendes, the early leader, is now tailing Charlie in 6th place. But Darren Barton, the young man, number 35, starting his last lap with 2.5 miles of the Brands Hatch circuit. Well, Steve, any predictions?
Yeah, I don't really want to watch this. I'm just astonished. We now have a new leader once again. Appleyard goes through, but this young lad, number 35, Darren Barton, he is so brave. I am very impressed. I was told by some of the team managers that they're watching him for future projects they'd like to do, and he is so brave. Number 35, I think I'm going to have to put my money on him, but really it could be anyone's race.
Well, the money's on the table then. Darren Barton, number 35, from Darwin in Lancashire, is leading Robin Appleyard, his mentor and part sponsor. So Robin Appleyard having a look at the inside. Now that's almost as though Appleyard let Darren Barton cut across there. I'm not suggesting that he wants Darren Barton to win this. I'm sure Appleyard is riding his socks off. Number 1 is the man I'm talking about. He's in second place. The series leader, Mawdsley, is in third. And Lofthouse on the Yamaha in fourth has had a brilliant ride. Mick Lofthouse in 4th place. They've now pulled away. It's a 4-man scrap. Mendes now up to 5th. Chris Palmer down in 6th. And we're going to have a sprint going into the closing stages. And Mawdsley is in pursuit of the leader. He's gone past Appleyard. Kevin Mawdsley, number 4, is going for it. Darren Barton still leads, though. A sprint down towards Clearways and the right-hander. They're in line astern here to break the slipstream. Appleyard, number 1, in third, but watch the second-place man, Mawdsley, in the run-up to the line. But I think Darren Barton's got it. Number 35, Barton. Second place, it's Mawdsley. Appleyard trying to do something, trying to steal it at the flag. But Appleyard third, Mawdsley second, Lofthouse 4th. But the winner, and a tremendously experienced ride from number 35, Darren Barton. A great result, and Appleyard had the sprint to the line, but he just failed. He got 3rd place. Second was Kevin Mawdsley. There it is, confirmed. Appleyard, Lofthouse, a terrific ride on the Yamaha. Mendes got 5th after leading, and Mark Norman pipped Chris Palmer. The winner, Darren Barton. After that riveting 125 race, the standings are Mawdsley still out in front, Patrickson still second, Appleyard closes up, Barton improves immensely, Mendes